welcome back to the 2Industry podcast. I'm Hill, this is Mike, and way over there in the corner is Andrew. He is joining us with Mike to talk about how we feel since the E3 time back in during the summer?
Yeah, June.
And guess what? It's getting a little bit colder outside, and what that means is that it's getting closer for the console releases of the Xbox One and the PS4. Now, what we're trying to figure out is, do we feel the same way about the consoles like we did since E3 like we do now? Because what's crazy is a lot of things has happened over that span of time, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Microsoft's had made a lot of changes.
All I gotta say is that when PS4 came out and announced it, a couple of us were like, "Oh yeah, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. We're getting the PS4." So what happened? What's going on, Mike?
You know, and I'm a Microsoft fan, like I said back then in those videos, and now, and I was a huge advocate for the PlayStation 4 after E3. I was like, screw the Xbox. I mean, after everything they announced, and now it's actually a complete 180. Now I'm like, all right, I'm back on board on the Xbox.
Right.
PlayStation doesn't have any games. I think that's a big thing. A lot of the games I was interested in ended up getting pushed back. So now I don't think.
Yeah, not to their own fault though.
Yeah,
it's not like
fault.
PlayStation, did on.
I mean, what things do you think kind of just turned you away? Can you give some examples? Is it not having enough game releases for launch, or is it that some things actually changed in the system that you were expecting initially?
No, actually, I mean, I'm still really impressed with the PlayStation hardware.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's really just the game releases, or the lack thereof. But then again, it is a console release, so typically there aren't that many game releases.
But like if you're going to drop $400, $500 on something, it's not there just to sit for you to look at. You want to actually play it and use it. I have some $500 figurine. Just saying, just so to look at. Right. All hypocrisy to the side. How do you feel, Andrew? How have you felt since?
I'm still Wii U. No, I'm just joking.
Wii U till I die.
Wii U for life.
Whoever dies first.
Wii U for life. I'm still gung ho PlayStation. I'm going to get both consoles. I lean towards PlayStation.
So you're going to get PlayStation first?
I'm getting both when they come out. So
okay, well, let's say, all right.
I mean, I'm getting PlayStation first simply because it's coming out.
God damn it, Andrew! You can only play one console.
I don't have to.
Just play them both at the same time.
How I do it.
I ball so hard. That's what I do. No, okay. So like, all right. What's going to be your? Everyone secretly has like their primary console.
My go-to one has always been PlayStation. Like I prefer to play things on PlayStation. I haven't tested it out. So the reason I really went towards Xbox was for first-person shooters.
Okay.
And I love the control first-person shooter for that control. But I haven't touched either new controller yet. I secretly, well, not secret, but I like PlayStation more just as a company in general.
Okay. What do you think about that? It's all about loyalty. That's what he said.
Pretty much. I mean, I definitely agree.
But you just did treachery. You're like, I'm going for the games. Whoever puts out first.
Well, I think my primary console will be the Xbox.
Okay.
Simply because of Xbox Live and the achievements, like I mentioned in the previous podcast. But yeah, I think the Xbox is still, after all the changes they've made, that's going to be my go-to console. I'll get both, but Xbox will be my primary console.
I mean, you guys are trying to shift me over to Xbox as well, because it seems like everyone was like, oh, screw that. Xbox is too expensive. Microsoft doesn't know what they're doing. They're putting in things that nobody wants. But they are kind of moving over to Xbox anyway. Mm-hmm. And because that whole fan base and that community is being built for the Xbox One already, I don't want to be left alone again like I felt like on PS3 when it comes to online play.
Right.
Like, all my friends were on Xbox 360.
Right.
And that's the thing I have to decide, because I've always been a big Sony fan, ever since PS1. It was great. And PlayStation 2 blew us all out of the water, right?
Right.
Yeah, back then.
And I'm hoping for that kinship, if that's a word or whatever, for the PS4.
Right. Right.
So I mean, what do you say to that? Like, what do you think as far as someone? Do you think that should be a concern of mine of people shifting over the whole community being shifted over more to Xbox One, or do you think everyone's going to stay loyal to their specific company and maybe stay with Sony, like how they initially said?
I think that depends on if you're going to be playing multiplayer games or not.
Right. I mean, well, do you think a lot of people have the same feeling that you had, that why would I get a PlayStation 4 when there's no games available for it just yet? I'm just going to spend the extra $100 and go for a game system that actually has games.
Definitely, and I was actually on the fence. I was almost going to cancel my PlayStation 4.
Wow.
And like I said, back in E3, I was all about the PlayStation 4. They just blew my mind. And now I'm like, oh, there's one game, and it's a current gen game.
Which game is that?
Assassin's Creed 4.
Right.
Yeah. And other than that, I'm like, all right, there's nothing else to play.
Hey, in the Assassin's Creed 4 trailers, they're playing like Drake started from the bottom, now we're here. Okay? So what that transitions to is like maybe they started without any games as of right now, and then later on they're going to have the most impact because they're going to be ones with all the games. That's how PlayStation 2 did it.
And that's what I'm going to keep my PlayStation, not my Xbox, I'm going to keep my PlayStation 4 because I don't want to be SOL once they release the Order 1886.
There you go.
Well, I think that, and this is why I'm kind of loyal to PlayStations, because they seem to be, they want to get those indie developers. They seem more apt to go after those developers and go all out and give them as much tools.
They built the system around that.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And I still feel that's their main goal. Whereas I feel Xbox is always, oh, PlayStation's doing it, well, we'll do that too.
Right.
So they're always behind and trying to catch up. Nothing wrong with that. I'm going to get both of them. I just feel that PlayStation is
do the Andrew thing. With that being said, I'm still
that being said, PlayStation's
I'll still buy both consoles.
Yeah. No, I just feel like Xbox is just playing catch up. They see what PlayStation's doing, and we're like, okay, we'll do that too. And
I feel like Microsoft it doesn't feel like Xbox anymore. You know how like there's Microsoft who makes all these Windows machines and so forth and so on, and then there's Xbox.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to feel like fully Microsoft, and what I mean by that is that they're so focused on building a synergy with all their products and building a home entertainment system that the family can enjoy.
Right.
That everyone was feeling. That's what everyone was initially feeling neglected by. That they weren't really focused on the gamers.
Right, and I feel like you're right that because their other products haven't been doing so well, Windows and all that they started putting everybody started putting their fingers in the pie with making the Xbox
Focusing
One.
on the good child. Right?
Yeah, like the one thing that's making us money, we're gonna focus on that. And everybody, and so the people that were developing games are like, oh wait a second, we're gonna make it this huge family console type thing.
Right, and that's what I thought was interesting because. PlayStation was so focused on the indie developers, and that's what's going to really build a community because that's what people love is discovering new games. And Microsoft is so focused on building, I guess, experience, But just like how Mike said, PlayStation doesn't have any games to present their new system with. Well, other than their
well, they have Knack.
Yeah,
they have other games coming out. The biggest loss for either system is
Watch Dogs.
Right. But again, that's not their fault.
Right.
So, you could have gotten on your console.
Yeah. I could get it for the PlayStation 3, I think.
Yeah. But that's Ubisoft, and they're just doing what they can.
Okay. Well, is there any specific PlayStation game other than Order 1812, right? Is what
1886.
1886. Yeah. I keep thinking 1812. I don't know why.
The War of 1812.
That'd be a good game. Be awkward, but a good game. Anyway, so that's basically where your feelings are. Like, how do you think you'll wait for the gaming library of PlayStation to kind of grow first before you get it, or do you think you're just like, I'm gonna get my fill of Xbox One and then
you're still getting it though, right?
Yeah, no, I'm getting both consoles on launch day.
I'm trying to get a gauge of how gamers are going to think and how they're going to spend their money, because typically whatever gamers' reactions are is basically how the industry shifts.
Right.
And it's happened every new console release.
I mean, from what I've seen on Facebook, a lot of the my friends are actually could be getting both on launch day. So actually,
Wow.
let us know what you guys think.
Right.
What system are you going to get? Let us know in your comments.
Your
down below.
your main system, your favorite child system. That's what we call it, right?
Wii U.
That's gonna be the next segment.
I actually had a friend that's stationed overseas. He said, "Screw the Xbox One and
Really?
PlayStation 4. It's all about the Wii U." So
That's loyalty.
Wii U for life.
That's loyalty right there. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but he was just joking. He's like, "Screw that."
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the segment here, okay? And in the next segment, we're going to talk about how Wii U is going to rise up against the new console.
Like the zombies coming out to kill.
I like that.
Ironic,
Instead
Zombie
of-
U.
Exactly. It's one of their few good
And then
games.
also we're going to talk
one of
about
their only games.
and also we're going to talk about games that we're currently playing as well. So definitely click on the next episode button wherever the hell we put it. I want to make it. No. Catch y'all guys later.